Sorry, we're closed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Episode 85 of Sorry We're Closed. I am your host, Mr. Patrick James. Guys, we're going to dive into COVID today. Some new things coming out, particularly for myself as the bar industry guy. We're going to dive into a really cool story that Jeff Passan just actually tweeted out. He wrote it for ESPN about a guy in AAA for the Giants. And then we're going to dive into home run celebrations. I have reverse course there on my current thinking on it, and I want to share it with you. So let's dive in a little bit into the COVID stuff that's happening right now. In New Jersey, we're getting bar seating back this Friday. I think we get 100% occupancy, but social distancing still happens the following week, so it doesn't really do a whole lot for us. But getting bar seating back, a little concerned it's going to open the floodgates. When I go into the bar, because I'm the owner of the place, I stand at the bar. So every now and again, you have customers thinking that they don't know who I am, so they come up and they try to order from the bar, which is illegal. You can't do that. So now that we have people actually sitting there, I could see more and more people feeling more and more comfortable doing that. And it could be kind of treacherous to kind of monitor. But, at the very least, we're making steps in the right direction as far as COVID's concerned. The big thing that's kind of comboing here, though, with the baseball world and the COVID stuff is the vaccinations. So Governor Cuomo just came out and is now allowing Yankee Stadium and Citi Field to seat vaccinated people together without social distancing. So you have to show proof of vaccination. On top of that, they will give you a free ticket if you get vaccinated on site right there at Yankee Stadium or right there at Citi Field. They'll give you a free ticket to come into the game. I wish I could do this at the bar. The way Green Rock works is a little part in the beginning, there's a little part in the back, and the part in the back is kind of where the dance floor happens, where, pre-COVID, we obviously don't have one now, but pre-COVID where the dance floor would happen, it's kind of where everyone wants to be. I would be getting all my vaccinated people here in Hoboken, all the young people that have gone out there and got it, and we would have our own little party in the back. It would be a ton of fun. Jersey isn't doing that, but boy, do I wish that would happen, because it would be most of my friends, I feel like, have already been vaccinated or on their way. So I think it would be great to be able to jump right back into a normal bar. Similarly, kind of what Cuomo's doing here as far as taking away social distancing rules if you've been vaccinated with other vaccinated people. So I would love to be able to do that, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, especially on the bar industry. It's not people's most favorite industry, and it's seeming like every rule they lift, there's a bunch of people that are pissed about it. So I don't see that happening. Diving into baseball here a little bit, we have a cool story. Jeff Passan, as I think Jared Carrabis calls them, megaphone balls, tweeted out a story this afternoon about a guy by the name of Drew Robinson. Now, Drew Robinson is a pitcher, I believe, is for the San Francisco Giants, but in AAA. So he had just recently made the Sacramento River Cats. A little backstory about the Sacramento River Cats. Fun fact, actually, it was the home of my last ever baseball game, and quite possibly the worst baseball game I have ever been a part of, because it was some of the worst pitching performances I've ever given. And I knew at that time it was time for me to hang up the cleats. So some fun facts there. But this gentleman, I read the story. Last year, he does not have his right eye. He only has one eye to work with. And the reason being, last year, I don't know, when exactly last year or what the reason was behind this. Obviously, there's probably a multitude of reasons behind it. But last year, he tried to kill himself, had a suicide attempt, and shot himself in the head. And they were able to, save his life, but he lost his right eye doing so. He has now come back, seemingly with a new outlook on life, feeling great, excited to be back playing baseball. And he made the AAA roster for the Sacramento River Cats, for the San Francisco Giants, and now his opening game on the team is in Las Vegas, which is where his home is, his hometown. So pretty cool story here. I think everyone in baseball can get behind rooting for this kid as he tries to make it to the big leagues. I'm not sure if he's made it to the big leagues before, if he hasn't made it to the big leagues before. But I think everyone can kind of get on board room for this kid as he's made quite a comeback story here. And again, being able to open up in his hometown. I always wanted to do that when I was playing baseball. The closest minor league team to my hometown was Lakewood Blue Claws, the low A affiliate to the Philadelphia Phillies. And we're at that time Greenville Drive for the Boston Red Sox. Now Greenville's high A, but Greenville Drive would take the 13-hour road trip up to Lakewood. And you always have all these things planned for your hometown and the whole big thing. I never got to play there, unfortunately, but I always wanted to do it. So I know how cool this must be for Drew to be able to play back home, specifically in not the home opener, but the opener for this for the team. I can imagine how many friends and family will be there rooting him on, and it'd be a really cool experience for him. The one time I did get to do this was at Citi Field when I played against the Mets. And that was a really cool moment. Had a lot of friends, had a lot of family there, and be able to see me pitch on a big league field was pretty cool, specifically in the city of New York, out in Queens here. So I can understand how cool that is. Hopefully, I doubt I'll be able to get it on TV, but it'd be pretty cool to be able to watch that and see him make that comeback into the baseball world. So pretty cool for Drew Robinson here at Sorry We're Closed, and I'm sure everyone can get on board with that. I think everyone will be excited to see him throw and get back on the baseball field. Moving on, though, to a little bit more of a lighthearted story, and I have been, for the dawn of time, an old school baseball guy. I think I've thought in the past, if you're going to pimp home runs, I don't disrespect you. You don't disrespect me. If you do, I'm going to throw at you. I've been that way. It's not a popular opinion in today's baseball world, besides the older generation. I remember Doug Mankiewicz, when I would pitch for the Twins, he used to tell me that in his day, you would hit the guy who pimped the home run, and then you would hit the best player on their team, because you wanted the best player on the team to absolutely lay into this guy in the clubhouse the next day, so you'd never do it again, because those guys didn't want to get hit for someone else fucking up. So that obviously has changed, with the Trevor Bauers of the world now doing the pitching stuff, where he's almost pimping strikeouts and things like that, because he's advocating for home runs to be pimped off him and things like that. So trying to make the game a little bit more fun. And I got to tell you guys, I have completely reversed my course on this. I am now, if we're going to do this, all right, guys, if we're going to do this, we better fucking do it right. That's just the name of the game. If we're going to pimp home runs, and we're going to turn baseball into more of a show and entertainment, not so much like the old school way of respect people on the field and things like that. And I guess there still is mutually shown respect to guys on the field, but just we're eliminating this portion of that respect shown, and now we're diving into celebrations and things like that. Trevor Bauer has seemingly changed my mind on this. Now, would I ever do this back in the day? The only time I ever really showed a ton of emotion on the field are huge moments. Getting excited about a big strikeout and a big moment for your team and for yourself. I did show, every now and again I had my juices flowing. I'd get a yell or something like that on the mound, but it was rare, it was few and far between. Really wasn't my thing. But, like I said, if we're going to do this, we better do it right. And now I need Major League Baseball to hire Chad Ochocinco as a consultant to these players. Maybe not the Major League Baseball, maybe the Players Association. We need to hire Chad Ochocinco. We need to hire Terrell Owens. We need to go, full send on this. And we need to absolutely have props. I need the first base coach to be bringing out the cell phone like Chad Ochocinco did when he scored touchdowns. I need props. I need everything. I want this to be a complete and utter shit show. If we're going to celebrate and we're going to make this a show, let's really make this a show. I want Tim Anderson on a broom, or one of those fake horses that you see when kids dress up for Halloween as kids. I want him running around bases galloping on a horse. I want to see some of the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen. Maybe not that far, but I want to see some ridiculous shit and celebrations, because NFL had it. Remember, back in my days as a kid, they had it and then they pulled it back, and now they're re-allowing it again because it is fun. And when I compared it to the NFL football celebrations, that is when I got back on board, and I decided, you know what? Would I hate it if Tim Anderson or whoever, let's say Cody Bellinger, Mookie Betts, if Xander, I don't see the personality type of guy, maybe Christian Vasquez, Alex Verdugo, throwing out some really cool celebration after hitting a home run. No, I wouldn't hate it at all. I think it'd be really freaking cool to see some of these guys do that. So as much as I've been a part of the old school way of baseball, even though I'm still, technically part of the new school as far as the younger, I'm only 30 years old. So, I'm with some of these other guys and the young guys. As much as I like the old school of baseball, I'm not opposed to adapting the game. And if the people want to see celebrations, I don't want to do this half-ass shit. Either we're doing it or we're not. And I want a full send on this. An absolute full send. And we need to just dive into this. If I would love to see Tim Anderson, Alex Verdugo, Aaron Judge. How cool would it be to see Aaron Judge have a gavel at first base? Not the gavel or not the first base coach with the gavel as he's rounding first base for a home run. I think it'd be pretty fucking cool. So let's full send on this. Let's go, balls to the wall, and let's absolutely go bananas on celebrations until Major League Baseball pulls the reins back, because they will. As with everything, they're letting things go, and then it'll get a little carried away. One of the guys will go probably a little too far. Maybe it is the galloping on that horse that kids use for Halloween. Maybe that's what someone does. All right, now we need to pull the reins back a little bit here. Let's not turn this into a circus. But I think it'd be a lot of fun for baseball. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be cool. I mean, the first person that's going to do it from the pitcher side is going to be Trevor Bauer. He's going to have a cell phone in the back of the mound or something like that, or some type of prop that after he makes a strikeout to end the inning, he's calling someone. He did the beer chug. I think it could be a lot of fun. I think a lot of creativity could be shown through this, and see some of the best names in baseball make even more headlines, which I think like everyone is trying to do, is grow the sport and keep baseball around for the long term. I think this would be able to do it. I think some of the younger generations would love it, and I think it's 1,000% the way to go. So I hope to see it. I hope to see more of it this year. I hope to see the pitchers start getting on board with it. I hope to see a lot of these things start being acclimated into the game of baseball, because I think it could be a lot of fun. You start seeing Fortnite celebrations. You start seeing Warzone celebrations. I don't think Warzone does celebrations, but you start seeing these Fortnite celebrations, all these different types of things. I think you can see a lot of fun and incorporate people that may not have given baseball a chance at the younger generation. Maybe they do now, and you'll see some pretty cool things. So I have Reverse Course officially announced it on episode 85 of Sorry We're Closed that I have changed my decision. I am no longer part of the old school. I am on board with the new school. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to see crazy celebrations in the game of baseball in 2021 and beyond, and I hope to see some more. Guys, I hope you enjoyed episode 85. I hope you have a phenomenal week. I hope you had a phenomenal Cinco de Mayo, as everyone seems to enjoy that day with tequila, Corona, whatever it is you're going to drink. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. And until next time, I'll see you at the bar. Thank you so much for listening to the Sorry We're Closed podcast. Go subscribe to our email chain over at thepatlight.com and follow us on all social media. Until next time, guys, I'll see you at the bar.
Sorry, we're closed.